Anthony, and this is Fox News.
News Talk 710 KURV, broadcasting from the Valley's All-American Truck Headquarters studio at PayneAutomall.com.
Just like that, it's another finally Friday edition. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. I'm Sergio Sanchez, along with show producer Fred Cruz, and we have AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina. He's on standby. If you like the weather today, highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s. Yeah, you're going to like the entire weekend. That's pretty much it. Highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s. Hey, and stick around because later this hour, we have movie mom Nell Minow. She'll tell us if there's anything good at the box office. Governor Greg Abbott has issued a disaster declaration to try to prevent the New World screwworm from infesting Texas cattle. The governor is creating a task force that will work with state and federal agencies to try to tackle the threat that has been detected in Mexico, very close to the Texas-Mexico border. Governor Abbott was in Raymondville yesterday, touting a new facility for the RGV. It should be set up in Edinburgh to try to eradicate the threat of the New World screwworm. Governor Abbott saying that this $750 million facility would produce sterile flies. That's a key portion of the strategy to help protect Texas livestock. Staying on the governor now, a different issue. Governor Greg Abbott adding more technology and apps that state workers cannot put on their government devices.
These are all companies that are linked to China. The governor says he wants to put limits on China's access to Texans' data. He's now banning everything from Shein to Temu to Alibaba from all state-provided phones and tablets. The governor says Texas Cyber Command calls them a security risk. Other Chinese products that are banned on state devices include the Chinese search company Baidu, as well as any products made by Hisense or TCL. Those are popular TV makers. No Show Me phones are allowed either.
Some migrants with actual court dates that have been rounded up by ICE and been sent to Texas. New report says they're being sent to Laredo.
Migrant families from across the country who were arrested and sent to a detention camp near San Antonio are quietly being released to a nonprofit shelter in Laredo. Congressman Henry Cuellar says they're given their immigration paperwork back with a new court date.
Adults with ankle monitors, young kids, no such thing.
Volunteers at the Holding Institute nonprofit shelter say the families being dumped at their doorstep are from all over, including Russia, Ukraine, and China. Sometimes they come 100 people at a time.
That's Michael Board with that report. And this note from SpaceX, our neighbor, Elon Musk. He might be combining assets, getting ready to release a public offering, selling stocks for SpaceX. So this new report, Bloomberg has the full write-up on this, by the way. SpaceX could be merging with Elon Musk's AI company before a planned public offering. There's a report in Business News saying that that SpaceX is in discussions to merge XAI before the IPO to try to sell some SpaceX stock. Would you buy it? Would you buy it? There's other talks that maybe it might be combined with Tesla. It's 7:09. It is AccuWeather the time. And I want to say thank you to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch. Martin Farm and Ranch always have what you need. Stop by, say hi to Dougie from us. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina is joining us. I was saying at the beginning of the newscast, Jason, if you like the weather today, you should like the entire weekend, right? Highs in the 60s, lows in the 40s, rinse and repeat for about, 2-3 days?
Maybe right through Sunday. Monday, we were back to near 70 degrees.
I saw the extended AccuWeather forecast, the write-up. Midweek should be hitting 80s, right? Like low 80s by next Wednesday. And then another cold front or what?
Yes. Then as we head toward Thursday, it's going to be a little cooler, but just a real brief cool down. We'll go from mid and upper 70s near 80 degrees Wednesday to upper 60s near 70, and then back to the mid 70s on Friday. Saturday, mid 70s, and low 80s on Sunday of next weekend.
Where's the rain, buddy? We need some moisture around here. What do you say?
Yeah, it's looking pretty dry, honestly. There was the chance for showers, but it looks like we
Of
taken it
course.
mostly out. So, yeah, no, it's
Look at
looking
all the forecast.
very, very dry as we head through much of next
We're
week,
used to it.
honestly.
Yeah. We're used to being disappointed. They promise you water. No, sorry, kid. You're not going to get any water next week. Let's see here. Well,
At least
that's
it's not, here we go. It's -3 here this morning.
upstate New York, where Jason is at. Why are you broadcasting in mom's cellar, dude? It's like all the cold air's
No,
heavy.
it's my basement.
I'm sorry, your basement. I'm sorry, I forgot you bought it.
I do take care of mom, but it's my basement.
Well, you bought the house, so it's technically it's yours.
Because we've only got a 1-floor house, and so I got to work early in the morning, so I set up a
But
little
it's
office.
making
down here.
noise, the pots and pans, everybody making pancakes and getting breakfast. I want to stay quiet. Let's see what's on the. So we're going to the oven right now, fresh out of the oven. Oh, buttery, crusty, wonderful, beautiful croissants.
I was say sounds like a croissant.
Yeah, it's National Croissant Day.
Croissant.
Nothing like it, right out of the oven,
Love a
flaky,
good
crusty,
croissant.
buttery. Oh my, just by itself.
A little bit of ham and cheese on it.
Yeah, it's when it cools down a little bit. It's National Have Fun at Work Day. So what are you going to do to have fun at work today? That being at the house.
I mean, I'm having fun.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. You can see that's Fred.
I'm on with you guys for fun.
I got you. No, I'm saying, Fred, that's the attitude that you should have the entire day.
I was going to say, don't show up for work. That's how you have fun. Don't show up for work.
See, you're not being a team player, Fred Cruz.
Yeah, there's no team here.
Yeah. All right, pal. Call you next hour. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on 710 KURV. It's also National Wig Day. If you have a wig, we're celebrating. That's one way to have fun. Different colorful wigs at work. Time is 7:12 on the Valley's Morning News. Interesting political note for Texas on the Democrat side. Latest poll from the Texas Public Opinion Research. As far as the race for Senate, nomination in the race for Senate in Texas, you got Jasmine Crockett and, let's see, James Tallarico. 38% of Democrat voters, according to Texas Public Opinion. Latest poll, 38%, they support Jasmine Crockett. 37% Tallarico. The American Red Cross is sounding the alarm on, yes, you guessed it, it was winter and people stopped giving blood.
There's already a shortage in place this winter, and the winter storm did no favors by causing blood drive cancellations in nearly every state where the Red Cross collects blood. Maria Martineau with Medical City Healthcare says their whole system is stepping up to help out.
14 of our Medical City Healthcare hospitals are going to be helping out, and over the next several weeks are going to be holding blood drives.
You can find a list of their drives on their website. Medical City Healthcare operates a number of hospitals all across the Metroplex. They have been recognized as among the American Red Cross's leading blood collection partners in Texas.
The life expectancy of folks in our country has hit a record high.
A report released by the CDC's National Center for Health Statistics shows U.S. life expectancy was 79 years old in 2024, which marks an increase of half a year compared to 2023. The report also indicated that females continue to live longer than males, with female life expectancy increasing to 81.4 years in 2024 compared to 76.5 years for men. In addition to the rising life expectancy, the report noted that death rates fell by nearly 4% nationwide to mark the lowest level since before the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm at Mattinson.
And another medical report, this one from Harvard. Freddie, you want to live longer, Freddie? You want to live longer? Yeah, well, as long as you get, well, you would have good health. You got to exercise, though. Yet another report. Yeah, Freddie says, no, it's okay. It's okay. I'll go see Jesus soon. New studies showing that a variety of exercises reducing the risk of premature death, according to the study from Harvard. It was a pretty good sized study of other studies as well. Over 100,000 people, over 30 years. That's a good data set. Any type of exercise, just move, man. Just move. Burn some calories. Speed up your heart. Yeah, they'll help you live longer. Time is 7:15. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Have a special first-time guest in the studio. Get a chance to speak with Judge Rudy Gonzalez. He and I the other day were with good folks, Angels of Love, pushing back against domestic violence Interesting program in Judge Gonzalez's court. Almost 10 years now that he's had that program. We'll talk about how through education, slow, methodical education, they're pushing back against domestic violence successfully. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. Available online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com or at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meyer Grocery, or Wegmans.
Let the West be your playground when you saddle up for family fun at the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. Discover adorable bunnies, llamas, baby goats, and more at the Mattress Firm Petting Zoo. Explore the worlds of farming and ranching with interactive fun at Texas Farm Bureau's Doorways to Agriculture. Proudly sponsored by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Check out the pony rides and snap a selfie with a friendly farm animal. Good nutrition and healthy bodies take center stage in the milking parlor, where you'll see how the milk we enjoy gets from the cow to our cup. It's the perfect fit for family fun. January 16th through February 7th at the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. Visit FWSSR.com for more information. Presented by Dickies, Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, North Texas Chevy Dealers, Reliant, Simmons Bank, and Texas Health. This thing is legendary.
This is Michael Berry, host of The Michael Berry Show, weeknights starting at 6. Thank you, Rio Grande Valley, for listening to News Talk 710 KURV.
News Talk 710 KURV is your one and only radio station in the Valley for Super Bowl 60. Join us 1 week from Sunday. It's an honor to have the judge in the studio right now. Welcome to the program. First-time visitor to KURV, Judge Rudy Gonzalez. Judge Rudy, appreciate you stopping by today. The other night we were with the folks at Angels of Love. It's an organization that helps victims of domestic violence. So they had a dinner, award ceremony, and the judge was recognized for a program that he initiated back, I believe, in 2017, and through education has been helping those who offend, those who are responsible for domestic violence. Many times, the majority of times, is men, helping them go in a different direction successfully. Judge, tell the folks tuning in right now, going to work, a little bit about yourself first, but tell me about, it's County Court at Law Number 1, right? How long you been there? How long you been practicing?
Right. Well, good morning, Sergio,
yes,
and thank you for having me in your show.
Yes, sir.
And I've been in the court, actually, in County Court Law Number 1 since 2000. So it's 25 years, going on 26 years.
Yeah.
And we basically handle what is called a general jurisdiction. We handle civil, criminal, family law cases. But in addition to that, in 2017, I was assigned to oversee a specialty program, which is the domestic violence program. The domestic violence program initiated back in 2017, and it's basically a court that is principles are on diminishing the domestic violence occurrences in the Valley. And it's rooted on the problem-solving approach, utilizing both individual and group sessions, and taking an approach that would be non-adversarial.
Was this state initiated? It was okay. Well, we now to address this, and we're going to do it at courts all across Texas. Is that what it was?
We would, yes,
Okay.
do it in court, basically.
Okay.
So it's a specialty court, so that individuals that are identified and qualified for the program then would be required to attend the program for a 1-year session.
From
basically.
Hidalgo County Courts at Law Number 1, Judge Rudy Gonzalez. So through education, hoping that offenders of domestic violence cases get taught, educated to move away from that behavior. Since 2017, he's had this program in place. Who qualifies for it, Judge? First-time offenders, or can repeat offenders go, or how does that work, sir?
It can be, typically it's first-time offenders, but second-time offenders can qualify as well. And so there's an evaluation conducted by the District Attorney's Office and the Domestic Violence Unit. And then if they make a recommendation that the individuals qualify, then they are admitted into the program, and then the program starts at that particular time. They are required to attend once a week for a total of 1 year, and it's a very intensive on-hands program. Again, utilizing the non-adversarial approach and using communication through individual and group sessions.
Is there a common theme, a common cause that, through almost 10 years in addressing this and speaking one-on-one to some of these offenders, is there a common theme? For example, things like fatherless homes, or maybe the father was also an offender, things like that you've discovered through the years.
It is common that individuals that have gone through this type of, destructive cycle, so to speak, end up behaving in the same way. So we try to identify the root of the problem, what caused the individuals to act in this behavior that is basically destructive for not only the family unit, but the individuals as well.
I mean to put you on the spot because it's such a big problem, but I think you would know this. In Hidalgo County, yearly, más o menos, how many cases of domestic violence wind up at county for cases to be addressed?
Well, in 2023, I believe there was over 2,000 domestic violence cases filed.
Okay.
And out of those, some will be identified and qualified to go through the domestic violence court. Others are not, and typically individuals would either plead guilty or go to trial. But if the approach is that they qualify for the program, then they go through the program so that they can correct their behavior.
Judge Rudy Gonzalez, Hidalgo County Court at Law Number 1, pushing back against domestic violence through education. It's a program that's been up and running through 2017, taking offenders in domestic violence cases and teaching them better ways. Take a breath, slow down, muchacho. Violence is not the answer. 2023, judge says there were about 2,000 cases in Hidalgo County. So let's take that example. Did you get a chance to help educate the men, mostly men, in these 2,000 cases? Like, how many were you able to teach, educate in 2023?
Well, basically, the program admits individuals that qualify.
Okay.
Now, out of, say, 2,000 cases that occurred, not all those cases are going to come to the court because the program is intensive and it requires individuals to attend the sessions on a weekly basis during the day. So if you can imagine, individuals at work and have responsibilities are not able to basically comply with the program. So it's a very intense program. So individuals that are identified and do qualify then are committed to complete the program for a whole year.
I would hope it's voluntary. And I say that because on a voluntary basis, there's incentive or some type of reward at the end. And there's motivation to, otherwise, if it's court ordered, pues, they're going to be hitting up against the wall. Some individuals who don't want to change. So is it voluntary?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
And the reason I say that yes and no is because individuals that qualify for the program, depending on the actual case that they have, may have the outcome that the case may be dismissed at the end of the program, or they don't end up having a conviction basically on the record. This, of course, is a combination of the victim also agreeing that the individual should participate in the program, because the end result may be that the case may be dismissed. And so there's an incentive for the individual to participate because they may not have a conviction at the end. And now we're talking about individuals that may be professionals. And so that if the conviction is there, then their licenses or their certificates may be affected.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an incentive for them. But in addition to that, though, once they get into the program, there is a check and balances. And so court intervention is very necessary and very important, because I talk to the individuals on a weekly basis. And so we follow through to make sure that they're complying with the requirements. And if they do comply with the requirements, then things basically at the end are okay. If they don't, then they may have sanctions by the court that can include from being in jail or jailed to fines, to taking off the program. And let's say, for example, someone's in the program and at the end, the case may be dismissed. However, if they fail to comply with the requirements, then they may be taken off the program and they will have a conviction on the record without a right to appeal.
Yeah.
So there's definitely requirements that they must meet.
So it seems like in most cases, the carrot, the prize, is expunge, take it off the record, clean the record, and that way, next time they get a job, they don't show that.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct.
Judge Rudy Gonzalez is the judge over Hidalgo County Court at Law Number 1, recently recognized by the good folks at Angels of Love organization that is pushing back against domestic violence. There's been this program since 2017, and the judge is overseeing this program, taking individuals responsible for domestic violence and helping them move in a different direction through education. How long is the program? Is it an entire year?
It's an entire year.
Okay.
It's an entire year, and they must comply with all the requirements.
Okay.
And that is not only showing up to court and participating both in individual and group session, but also making sure that they don't get arrested for any of the offenses, that they don't use drugs, for example.
There we go.
Or if alcohol was one of the problems, that they are not basically using alcohol.
That's another
So we have a sort of a check and balance on a weekly basis to make sure that they're complying with
They
the
do drug
requirements.
tests too?
Yes.
Peanut cup, something like that. Right?
Yes.
Don't get caught drinking and driving. Something
That's
like
correct.
That, right?
And it's random. It's not that the individuals we will be told we're going to test you in a week from now. No, it's on the spot.
Yeah, no mind.
And if the probation officer or the counselors call them, let's say on any particular day in the morning, you got to come in and get tested. They must come in and get tested.
So in 2023, of the 2,000 cases, you were able to see half of those, or or a quarter of those, más o menos?
Well, let me just, I guess, clear the situation about, for example, 2,000 cases.
Sí.
2,000 cases have been filed, for example, in Hidalgo County. Now, those cases come into the court system and are basically divided into the courts. It can be misdemeanor courts, or it can be, of course, felony courts or district courts. So the courts are assigned those cases. Now, once the courts have been assigned these cases, then those particular cases may be identified to see if they qualify for the domestic violence.
Okay.
And then if they qualify, then the number becomes smaller. So it's not that 2,000 cases are going to be going through the program. However, 2,000 cases may be filed, and then they're going to be addressed either through entering a plea of guilty or some other avenue. But certainly domestic violence is one of the avenues.
And the reason I emphasize the number for the information nerds tuning in right now and going to work, because there was one number that was shared during the Angels of Love banquet and award ceremony. I almost fell out of my chair when I heard it. Recidivism. Okay, so in 2023, you saw what, 300, 400, 500, 200? What was it, más o menos?
Well, with the domestic violence, not that big of a number.
Okay.
And altogether from 2017, basically it was the latter part of 2017 to now, we've handled nearly 200 cases.
Okay.
Now, that may be a very minimal number compared to the number of cases
the overall,
that occur.
yeah.
But the point is that if we are able to affect positively and diminish domestic violence, even if it's a smaller number, it's effective. With respect to the it is an effective. It is an effective court, because out of the nearly 200 cases that have come through court, we've had only 3 individuals that have committed this offense again. So then the question becomes, can people or offenders change? And the answer that I always give individuals is yes, it's possible. However, they must realize that change occurs and it comes within them. And of course, with the help of the courts, the probation officer, and the counselors, we achieve this change for the individuals and a success, in my opinion, rate that we have a very low recidivism.
That's a solid number, 1.5%, around 1.5% recidivism. That's an effective program.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, there have been individuals that have committed other offenses, for example, thefts or other, but as far as committing the domestic violence, it is a very low percentage. And one of the key principles that we talk to them initially is that they need to understand that there's absolutely, and I'll repeat this, absolutely no reason why there should be any domestic violence occurring in a family unit. Absolutely no reason. And a lot of this becomes an issue of communication. And so that's one of the key points that we talk to the individuals, is to communicate in an effective manner. And usually my approach is that you have a choice of having a positive and productive communication as opposed to a negative and destructive communication. Obviously, the latter creates a distance and a lot of times a breakage on the family unit. And the first, productive and communication, it creates a sort of a more solid relationship within the family unit.
And I think you touched on this. It seems that the victims, they participate too, and do they go together, talk to each other in court, or is it just the offender who goes there through the entire process?
It's just the offender.
Okay.
However, we have to have the okay from the victim. And so the victim says, look, I'm okay for him to be into this program and be given the opportunity to change. Then, of course, so we work together with the victim.
It's a pleasure meeting you, sir. Thank you for all the work that you do on behalf of our families in the Valley, and continued success with this program. Sounds like a great program. Yeah. I wish I could take you over to DWI court and say, hey, we only have 1.5% recidivism on that one. That'd be awesome.
Yes.
Much be a better society. That is Judge Rudy Gonzalez, Hidalgo County Court at Law number 1. This is the Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV on your station for Super Bowl 60. One check of sports up next.
Texas Republicans. President Trump has been betrayed by failed politician Myra Flores. Listen for yourself.
President Trump made plenty of mistakes. President Trump made plenty of mistakes.
Myra Flores keeps running for Congress and losing, underperforming President Trump. Now records reveal why. Myra Flores has been caught in a scheme paying herself and family over $150,000 with campaign funds, enriching herself at South Texas expense. Betrays Trump, enriches herself? We can't trust failing Myra Flores. That's why President Trump has endorsed conservative fighter Eric Flores, an Army infantry captain. Eric Flores fought for his country, took on the cartels as a federal prosecutor, and Eric never backs down from a fight. Trump gives Eric his complete and total endorsement. Trump said Eric's an America First patriot who will secure the border, champion law enforcement, and who will never let you down.
I'm Eric Flores, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Eric Flores for Congress.
Save more with the #1 team in Texas, Bert Ogden Buick GMC in Edinburgh. Take advantage of amazing savings and drive a new Sierra 1500 for only $40,000 or $119 a month. You heard right, just $40,000 and it's yours, or just $119 a month lease. Plus, ask how you can make no payments for 90 days. We know who's #1, you, our valued customer. Come see Billy Kelly and his amazing team in Edinburgh today. We shop the competition so you don't have to at the #1 team in Texas, Bert Ogden Buick GMC in Edinburgh. GMC, we are professional grade.
Dale gas.
Coming up after the Valley's Morning News, stay tuned for the Sergio Show starting at 9, followed by the Dana Lash Show at 11 on News Talk 710 KURV and on the Radio Potami app.
Winter is here, and that means flu season is here. Lee's Pharmacy wants to remind you to get your flu shot, so go to Lee's for all your winter cold needs. Hard to find meds? Go to Lee's. Doctor ordered a special compound med? Go to Lee's. They're one of the few pharmacies that know and carry the compounds needed to make just what the doctor ordered. Lee's Pharmacy also carries medical equipment, so go to Lee's. They've got it. Lee's Pharmacy, giving back to the community that made them great. Lee's Pharmacy at Xenia and 10th and Ridge Road and 1st.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
The Houston Rockets were able to bounce back last night as they got the win over the Atlanta Hawks by a final score of 104-86. Both teams had slower starts offensively as the first quarter ended tied at 23. The defensive battle would go on through the end of the first half as the Rockets put up only 20 in the second for a 1-point lead at halftime. Houston would go on to close out the fourth quarter by putting up 26 points to get the 18-point win. Kevin Durant was once again the leading scorer for Houston with 31 points. The win puts Houston at 29-17 on the season, putting Houston just 2.5 games behind San Antonio in the Southwest Division. Next up, the Rockets return home to host the Dallas Mavericks for primetime on ABC at 7:30 from the Toyota Center. The Dallas Stars had a rocky third period last night, but they held on in the shootout for the 5-4 win over the Vegas Golden Knights. It didn't take long for Matt Duchene to get the offense started as he used a wrist shot in less than 2 minutes to put the Stars up first. The game would get decided in shootout fashion as Jason Robertson struck first, and Mikko Rantanen sealed the win with this snapshot.
Sticking with it. Mikko Rantanen can win the game with a goal against Hill. Rantanen scores!
The win marks 3 straight for Dallas as they next head to Utah to face the Mammoth Saturday night at 8. That's your Texas in the Morning Sports Report. I'm Jet Nelson.
AccuWeather says highs today in the 60s. Temperature you feel now, not going to change much. And if you like the weather today, you'll love it all weekend. So it's going to be cold tonight. Should be likely in the mid-upper 30s in ranch country, and likely 40s tonight for the cities. And highs mid-60s tomorrow, highs mid-60s Sunday. Same thing overnight. Should be in the upper 30s and low 40s. Border Bridge wait times as posted on KURV.com. Let's go back to the website. Latest numbers, if you're headed back to the McAllen area, it's 45 minutes to 1 hour at all 3 major bridges. And has been the habit this week. Looks like the guy reporting the bridge times is eating breakfast patos, some tacos right now. Still needs to update the numbers. We got movie mom Nell Minow in about 10 minutes on 710 KURV. What do you think, Freddie? She went to see the new Melania movie? Yeah, that's not the political. Well, you never know. Maybe she didn't see it. Oh, be interesting to see what she said. Business news, check of your money next on 710 KURV. Hope you make a call to Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing as a business owner and manager. See if everything's okay. Man, once that system fails, ooh, man, it's going to be expensive. And I'm not talking about the patchwork or the repair on that commercial roofing system. I'm talking about water coming down at you. It should not be raining down on you or your computers or your drafts, your copies, your legal paperwork, your medical equipment. It's your clients. Oof, how embarrassing. That should not be happening. But yeah, losing business, losing equipment. That's the real expensive part of it. Call Chamberlain Roofing, Waterproofing for free, gratis, no expense to you. They want to meet you. They want to say hello, want to exchange business cards. But more importantly, the expert roofing crews at Chamberlain. Inspector, go up there and see if there are any weak spots in that system of yours. Start talking about maybe sometime in the future, do a retrofit, get a much better system. But, you can plan for that now that you're not leaking. Again, get that free inspection by top experts. Cutting-edge roof installation, repair, maintenance technology, and advanced waterproofing solutions. Chamberlain Roofing, Waterproofing, 956-655-6178.
Experience everything Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh has to offer. Service, selection, and quality. Indulge yourself with bold design and set the standard with comfort and performance in a new Cadillac CT5. Now just $639 per month. More style, more innovation, more you. Make your move. Set yourself apart and discover a new standard of luxury ownership. Visit us online at BertOgdenCadillac.com or come in today to Bert Ogden Cadillac in Edinburgh, where legends are made. Dale gas!
I hope you make a call to the McCaleb family later in the day and plan a sit down. For example, I'm guessing for the most part, being a Friday, it's customary for most offices and firms. Friday's a bit more relaxed, end of the week. Let's catch up on the paperwork. Let's file things away. You know how it is. I think this would be a perfect time, a Friday, to make a call. Carla McCaleb is my friend. Carla and Mark and Carla McCaleb, the McCaleb family from, the funeral home in Westaco, 60 plus years, loving on families at a time that, is many times shocking because it's unexpected, the loss. But I'm talking about pre-planning and prepaying. It is a very loving thing to do for your immediate family that will deal with that loss. If everything is planned and all these decisions are made and paid for, especially paid for, man, that is a lot of stress. That get that monkey off the back of family. Just love them at a time when you know nothing, you can't. But you did because you pre-planned and prepaid. For you, for a family member, call Carla McCaleb. They will go to you if you're in Brownsville, Harlingen, wherever you are, and talk about pre-planning, prepaying. And here's the number to call or text. Make that appointment with Carla. Again, somebody will come to you. 956-650-2841.
Improve your overall health and enjoy a better quality of life with Dr. T's Primary Care. You're trying to set some new weight goals. If you're too moody or stressed out or just tired and trying to get more sleep, Dr. T's Primary Care can help you with all of that. And more if you're worried about things like low testosterone. Dr. T is a primary care provider from the sniffles to the flu and also offer menopause treatment, peptide treatment, and IV vitamin infusions. McAllen area call 956-803-0058 and in Harlingen 956-368-5247. That's drt'sprimarycare.com.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC. McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with Your Money Now. At Tesla's factory in Fremont, California, the automaker plans to make robots instead of its older cars as it gears up to spend $20 billion this year to fund what it views as a business transformation. Tesla's annual revenue declined for the first time on record last year as auto sales dropped 10%. OpenAI has announced it will retire several models of its ChatGPT chatbot next month. ChatGPT 4.0 is one of the models that will be removed from the chatbot. OpenAI said just 0.1% of users are using ChatGPT 4.0 every single day. China recently reached a record $1.1 trillion trade surplus despite President Trump's tariffs. Trade data shows that the relocation of manufacturing to lower tariffs Asian countries in recent years, coupled with forced labor, have enabled China to thrive amid a trade war that began in 2018. Futures are slightly lower. Thursday, the Dow Industrials gained 55, the NASDAQ down 172. That's Your Money Now.
AccuWeather says highs today, pretty much what you feel at the moment. Temperatures in the 60s for highs today, tomorrow, the next week. Overnight, cold again. Temperatures should be in the upper 30s and low to mid 40s tonight and pretty much all weekend. Thank you for waking up with News Talk 710 KURV. This is the Valley's Morning News. And we got movie mom Nell Minow checking the box office, checking all the pay-per-view services. If you have anything good for the weekend, that's coming up in about 4 minutes on the Valley's Morning News. JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment waiting for you. You need some of that reliable, long-lasting, that rugged equipment, Kubota equipment. The number one selling compact tractor in the nation is Kubota, and you will find the Kubota tractors and the other equipment, the zero-turn mowers, and of course the attachments that you need to get the job done on your property. You're chopping stuff or punching holes in the ground, mowing, things like that. You need Kubota, the reliable, long-lasting Kubota equipment. Number one selling compact tractor in the nation that you will find at Amigo Power Equipment today. Everything that I'm about to mention, you can go online and get more information at KubotaUSA.com. JP and Jeff will give you the tour, the campus, inside, outside, and see the equipment that you could drive away. Some of this equipment you could be driving away with 0% financing if you qualify, or savings of up to $3,500 between now and the end of February. So go to Monte Cristo and Edinburgh, just a little bit west of 281, Business 281. There it is, Amigo Power Equipment in Edinburgh.
It's the 16th annual Vanny Kids Live Radiothon 2026. Join 710 KURV on Tuesday, February 17th from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. and donate to support brave children, survivors, and their families. Your donation brings hope and strength to those who need it most. Make a difference, donate, and help our kids on this climb. Our kids will have the strength with your help. The Vanny Kids Live Radiothon 2026, powered by Amigo Power Equipment and Lee's Pharmacy.
They say that actions speak louder than words, so we'll let the all-new, state-of-the-art BMW 4 show you what that means. Choose from an incredible selection of new BMWs with the same exceptional service you've come to know. Right now, you can lease a new BMW X3 for just $599 a month with $52.39 due at signing. Come see why BMW has always been known as the ultimate driving machine. BMW of Far, now open on the corner of Expressway 281 and Owasso in Far. Come find your new BMW today.
Bumper to bumper information.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
Happy Friday. It is January 30th, 2026. The Valley's Morning News. Show producer Fred Cruz. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us. He's on standby. I'm Sergio Sanchez, and it's Friday, so you know what that means. That's movie mom Nell Minow in about 60 seconds. Stick around. News on 710 KURV is a service of Rudy Gonzalez, injury attorneys ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Trump chooses a new leader for the central bank.
He posted this on Truth Social. I'm pleased to announce I've nominated Kevin Warsh to be chairman of the Board of Governors for the Federal Reserve System. He then also says, I've known Kevin for a long period of time and have no doubt he will go down as one of the great Fed chairmen, maybe the best. On top of everything else, he is central casting, and he will never let you down.
Fox's Alexandra Hoff of the White House. Jerome Powell's term as Fed chair ends May 15th. Democrats, Republicans at odds in the Senate over money for ICE and the latest spending plan. South Dakota Republican Senator Mike Rounds earlier on Fox.
Well, we're going to have a shutdown. I think that's pretty clear. And the reason is just the logistics of working our way to get the House back in time.
And partial government shutdown will begin at midnight. America's listening to Fox News.
The Valley's Morning News on News Talk 710 KURV. Governor Greg Abbott in Raymondville yesterday pointing to a new facility that should be up and running in Edinburgh near future that will be fighting the New World screwworm. And the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley with an impressive number when it comes to enrollment this spring semester, just shy of 32,500. The Valley's Morning News every Friday around this time, you know what that song means. It's time for Mom. So the show all of a sudden, especially online on 710 KURV, YouTube and Facebook and X Live, beautiful, just instantly beautiful. We got movie mom Nell Minow joining us, and I think she has information. Freddie and I were talking about this, a new superhero movie. It's a DC movie, like Washington, D.C., like a new action adventure movie. I don't know very little about it. Melania is the name of it, right? So I'm cool. What are we talking? No, we're actually talking about scary stuff today, right, Mom? That's what you're bringing.
We're talking about scary stuff, and there's just one important lesson to take from both of the movies that we're going to talk about today, which is don't go to an island, okay? Because these are both scary movies set on islands. The first one and the big one is called Send Help. It's from director Sam Raimi, who before he started doing sort of more mainstream things like the Spider-Man movies, he was known for absolutely terrifying horror movies, and he's gone back to his origins with this one. Okay. The trickiest part of this movie was trying to make Rachel McAdams not look absolutely gorgeous, but she's playing kind of a shy, not very attractive, but very capable woman. And she's been promised a promotion, but the big boss has died. His son has taken over. His son is an arrogant, terrible person. And the two of them go off on a business trip together where there's a plane crash. Everyone is killed except the two of them. And they're in an island, and the power dynamic, I'm going to say, shifts in a very big way. He's disabled. She turns out to be an excellent survivor. And this is a movie that is drenched in blood, so beware.
Yeah. I see. Yeah. Jason Statham. Yeah, that pretty much equals.
No. Jason Statham, the other island movie.
Oh, that's another one on an island.
The other one on the island.
All right, there you go.
Don't get them mixed up.
All
This got a lot of blood in this one, too. It's called Shelter, and it's about a guy who, for his own reasons, goes off, lives on an island to be isolated. But you know what? The bad guys will follow you, and that is what happens. I'm not spoiling anything to say, hello, it's Jason Statham. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, well, he's a magnet. He's a bad guy magnet. They always come in.
It's a bad guy magnet. Wherever he goes, there's a bad guy. If you want to see him in a very funny role, absolutely hilarious, I recommend the Melissa McCarthy movie, Spy. He's very, very funny in that. Okay, on streaming, you know, a lot of people didn't like Anaconda. I thought it was hilarious with Jack Black and Paul Rudd about a remake, a low-budget remake of the famous cheesy 80s movie. Yeah. The Wrecking Crew with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista, two action stars in an action film, is streaming. Smashing Machine with The Rock in a real-life MMA story. And Deliver Me from Nowhere, a real-life story about Bruce Springsteen, starring the guy from The Bear. Next week, I heard a rumor there's some kind of a sporting event happening. I don't know what it is, but there's not much going on in theaters.
You might want to ask Movie Dad. He probably knows about that one.
So
you know what? Now that you mentioned, are you joining us next week, or are we just going to give up because there's nothing at the movie?
No, we're going to talk because there's stuff on streaming. Well, maybe we'll talk about some of our favorite.
I want Movie Dad on the show right next to you next week. We'll talk.
You'll be very disappointed he's not a football fan.
I went looking. I was just a quick dive on Nell. Nell Minow, our movie mom. And maybe she has like a exotic middle name, like I don't know, Alexandria, or I don't know, like Zena or Michaela. So that way we could use that, like make a movie about movie mom Nell Minow, right? But you don't have a middle name.
No, I do not. But
Uh-huh.
the PBS documentary about my dad was on last week, and I recommend that to everybody. It's still on streaming. Newton Minnow. It's a great movie.
Yes.
Anyway, we do have something exciting coming up. The Muppet Show is back. Believe it or not, produced by Seth Rogen, and it is adorable. I've already seen the first episode. It could not be cuter.
Thanks for that earworm, and now it's in my head. Dun, 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 dun. Love you, Mom. Have a wonderful weekend. Movie mom Nell Minow every Friday on 710 KURV.
If you're looking to improve your overall health and have a better quality of life, Dr. T's Primary Care is the place to go. If you feel tired or stressed or less motivated, if you're moody or if you have trouble sleeping, Dr. T's Primary Care will evaluate you and work with you to address your health concerns, including testosterone or menopause treatment, peptide treatment, IV vitamin infusions. Their licensed staff will take the time to listen to you and work